Hi, it's me Nur Shakira and my message number 01DKB21F1003.
Hi everyone, my name is Narshika Aldara and my metri number is 01DKB21F1019. The BCCI scandal operation began in 1972 and Star expanded outside UK a few years later. In 1990, BCCI received allegation after an investigation by Pricewaterhouse which involved falsifying transactions, unregistered deposits, sophisticated processes such as privacy havens and bribery. In early July 1991, one of the major bank scams involving $1 billion was brought to light by the control of the law. Through the efforts of the liquidators of the bank, Deloitte and Touch, recovery of large sums have been made for the settlement to the creditors of the bank. The scandal has been in existence for at least 2 decades, which is involving subsidiary financial institutions and entities that had escaped all the regulatory provisions. The fraudulent operation of the BCCI have resulted in monetary loss of somewhere between 10 billions to 17 billions. BCCI and its officers among the legitimate banking activities had indulged in dubious lending, fraudulent record keeping, false trading, flouting of bank ownership regulation, and money laundering. The bank had made its structure and dealings in such a complex manner that even after considerable time has passed after its liquidation, there was no possibility of understanding them completely. The issues that connected with the BCCI scandal. The first one was a total lack of risk management practices that led to the operation of the bank being conducted to the personal advantages of the senior executive and other interested parties. Second, serious ethical issues concerning the activities of the senior management and the key investor in establishing trustable, honest, open, prudent banking operation and culture. Next, complete lack of corporate governance structure within the banking institution to secure the interests of the deposit holders and other stakeholders of the bank. The fourth one was absence of unified regulation and auditing practices to control the financial irregularities of a large organization like the bank. The fifth one was presence of a serious conflict of interest that had clearly an overriding personal interest than the organizational interest.
The Bank of Credit and Commerce International case involved various plaintiffs and defendants across multiple legal proceedings. However, in the primary criminal case brought against the bank, the defendant was the Bank of Credit and Commerce International, and the plaintiff was the United States government represented by the U.S. Department of Justice. The analysis on this case is governance failure. The BCCI case exposed significant failure in governance at the bank, including poor internal control, weak risk management, and inadequate oversight by the board of directors. Next, money laundering and illegal activity. The BCCI case involved a range of illegal activity, including money laundering, drug trafficking, and funding terrorism, and the last one, regulatory failure. The BCCI case also highlighted significant regulatory failure, with regulators in several countries failing to detect or act on the evidence of illegal activities at the bank. This is clearly mentioned in the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorist Financial Act 2001. According to this case, in the Section 4, Subsection 1b state that any person who abets the commission of money laundering commits an offence and shall on convictions be liable to fine not exceeding 50 million or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or both. The lesson learned on Bank of Credit and Commerce International case is the BCCI case has been extensively studied and has led to significant reform in corporate governance and regulatory oversight. Next, impact on the banking industry. The BCCI case led to a significant loss of trust in the banking industry as customers and investors became more aware of the risks of financial fraud and money laundering. And the last one, need for ongoing vigilance. The BCCI case highlights the ongoing need for vigilance in the banking industry to prevent financial fraud and money laundering. Here are some recommendations on the BCCI case. The first one, strengthen regulatory oversight. The BCCI scandal highlighted the weaknesses in regulatory oversight of financial institutions. Regulator needs to be given more resources and powers to effectively monitor financial institutions and prevent fraud and other illegal activities. Next, Improve transparency. There was a lack of transparency in the operation of BCCI, which made it difficult for regulators to detect illegal activities. And the last one, increase penalties for financial crimes. The penalty for financial crimes such as money laundering, fraud, and bribery needs to be increased to deter individuals and institutions from engaging in illegal activities. This recommendation can help prevent future financial scandals and protect the integrity of the financial system.